Hello and welcome to the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. My view of humanity is a whole new tea. And hello and welcome to the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. My view of humanity is a whole new tea. Speaking of tea, with this episode, you might need a little snack, a little drink, because I'll be talking about food throughout the video. Because with this dating nightmare, I got this message and I got a couple messages, but some of them was before I started screenshotting and some people, oh my gosh, I've had some people, you shouldn't screenshot people's messages. You shouldn't. But then you're talking to a woman who my whole life no one believed me. Everyone thought I was a liar when I would talk about the mental, physical, and emotional trauma that I went through throughout my entire life. And then with dating, the way men have treated me. And so then when I go on another date, but then let's see, I'm very guarded. I try not to say, or I try to be I try to be safe with the information I provide. And they're like, oh, I'm not like every other man. I'm not like, but then they turn out to be like every other man or even worse, or end up in jail or prison and expect me to bail them out. Yes, that is how all happened. But this one is kind of a easier subject, and I blurred out his face, but it was something that was is kind of interesting because I've met quite a few women who wouldn't do this scenario, but I got a message from this guy, can I take you on a McDonald's date? And I know he wasn't serious. There are guys who write a message and they copy and paste it to hundreds of women. Like even if they know they're a catfish or they're only like a plenty or what do you call that? I was gonna say plenty of fish. No, OnlyFans. Yeah, it's like the OnlyFans girls. They're just like going at it or whatever. So like when I saw this message, I know either he's just bored, or desperate for attention, or he just is amused with himself and his ego's big or whatever, whatever. But at the same time, I thought it was an interesting question because, well, in the messages, let me know, would you go on a date or a first date, especially to McDonald's? And you're going to hear my whole story, my thoughts, and everything. But yeah. Oh, and like, comment, and subscribe. But in the comments, either let me know your favorite fast food and what you want to order if you would go on a first date. And if so, why? Just, yeah, anything on the subject, you're welcome. But, or all are welcome. Yeah, there's nothing for me to say you're welcome for. But anyway. Okay, so with this question, my answer would be yes, because with dating, I have noticed that, in my opinion, I've noticed where men try to spend all this money, or they try to impress me, or they try to do something unique or out of the box, and it's the first date. I don't know you. And a lot of the times, it's the experience I enjoyed. It wasn't him. He was forgettable, but not the event. But since he was at the event during it, I have like a false illusion of how I'm going to enjoy being around him. And that's one reason why, like, I know it's not well, I try to do things that are a little bit more just every day. Like, can we just go to even of a Denny's or a McDonald's? Like, cause yeah, there have been times where guys are like, oh, let's go here, let's go. And I'm just like, why? I'd rather go to McDonald's, because with McDonald's or Burger King or Taco Bell or any of those places, it's like we grab our food, we sit down, now we can talk. And if I still enjoy the food more than I enjoy you, that's really saying something. And or if you're not able to obtain my attention or continue dialogue and conversation because you can't depend on what's going on around us, other than maybe there might be some, well, there was a time where a woman caught her boyfriend at a McDonald's with the other woman and everything like that. So there are exceptions or whatever. But that's another story for another day. But yeah, it's like to me, if we get fast food or something simple, something basic, I can see like how are you on a regular day? Because every night we're not going to have a date night going some like maybe to sushi or Indian food, Mediterranean, or like somewhere that is considered so-called romantic or whatever. It's like if I date you and if it's an everyday thing, sometimes we're just going to eat at the house, sometimes we're just going to have fast food. So this kind of lets me know how are you on a more regular basis. Yes, he's still going to have that mask on, but he's not going to be able to have the fireworks and the sparklers and all of the glittery things around him that will hide or help hide what he's trying to illusion or falsify and everything. And I want him to see, like, because in a lot of guys, I guess they're surprised where I just show my full self. It's like I'm corny, I'm stubborn, I have a lot of dry humor. I haven't really shown it on here yet, which I will, but I guess I want to make sure you guys know me because, yeah, it's like once you know me, then you can get my dry humor. But, and I have thrown some dry jokes out, but yeah, it's like, so it's like I'm not gonna say I'm funny and hilarious because I haven't proved it yet, but it's like my close friends know, but and that's the thing. It's like once you get to know me, and so on a first date, a guy might not see it. And it's like I love documentaries and books and like for a lot of men, I'm too much of a nerd. Men will say, "Oh, you're a nerd," or "You're a white girl," or some mess like that. And so if I can just have a basic fast food date, and oh, also it doesn't cost that much. So when a guy tries to tell me I owe them certain pleasures, yeah, yeah, you can go on to a strip club and handle that. Yeah, go get a lap dance. Go get a lap dance. Yeah, bon appetit, whatever. Because yeah, this because I think I said it on my podcast, which yeah, I need to get back on my podcast, but and I also need to finish my novel. But anyway, I mentioned on my podcast the story about when I met a date. This is like over 10 years ago, but I met him on Plenty of Fish, and he went to take me out, and so we went to TGI Friday. I won't say the whole story, but he was such a jerk, and he was ableist. There was a busser with Down syndrome. This is while I could still run too. It's like my disability wasn't so horrific yet, or the conditions or whatever. But anyway, the one of the busters had Down syndrome, and he was teasing and mocking him, and I refused. Like, I decided I'm just gonna ignore him, gonna eat the meal. If I need to, I'll pay for my own. Even though it's like I had enough for my meal, but like when I know when they offered dessert, I was like, no. And he was like, oh, you don't want dessert? Or am I dessert? Boy, you better take your no good up. And so when he decided to try to mock the busser again, that's when I stood up for myself. And then he was like, I paid for your meal. You're supposed to be going home with me. You're supposed to have bow chicka wow wow with me and all this other stuff. And I'm like, what? Because you paid for my pasta meal? Are you serious? So, anyways, that's the date where it's like a couple were nice enough to drive me back to my car because my car was at his apartment complex. And so, yeah, good times. So now it's like even with TGI Fridays, oh, like when a man mentions that, I was just like, no, no. It was like, so yeah. But I thought like a interesting activity would be is like I am going to be talking and mentioning several types of fast food places. And I might even take it to the nerd channel and even dive deeper with either the menu or, and also, it's like I'm kind of wondering, it's like, what does an order say about somebody? like, what's the psychology with fast food? It's like, if I can, I really want to find a book or try to research that, because that would be a really interesting study to look at. Yes, I'm a nerd, and this is why a lot of men don't like. If you only knew how many men told me that they don't want a smart woman, and that's why they lost interest in me really fast. So, yeah, but okay, we're gonna start because, of course, gotta start with McDonald's. And yes, I'm basic. I want that Big Mac. So I was like, Thousand Island, it's like, it's not Thousand Island, it's their special sauce. But to me, I love that sweet but tangy type of flavor, and with the cheese, the lettuce, and everything. So to me, that's my sandwich. And then the drink, Sprite or orange beverage, either one of those, I would be a happy, especially, ooh, if it like the, oh, they have good ice too, but that with just enough ice, oh, it to me that tastes delicious. And okay, and let's see, there's a couple other things that I like, but this would be like my bait. Like, if we were at the front of the line, I don't like just looking at the menu and people are behind me. So it's like, if people are just staring and looking, I can't, anxiety. No. So this is kind of like my nice quick order. But okay, guys, do you know? I don't know if they still have them, because I know I went to a location and they said that they no longer offer them. But McDonald's used to have like these cookies that are like animal cookies, but they taste better. They have kind of like a caramelized vanilla flavor to them. It's like, and they're in a little box. They're so cute. But oh my gosh, it's like I used to get these like while I was studying for my master's. There was a location, it's not close to my house, but it's near. Actually, it's the one closest to Mr. Lockakee's grandparents' house or whatever, because I would study there all the time for my master's. And yeah, oh my god, it's just like, what, there was one lady, she was so nice. She, like, when I went and I ordered and stuff, she would, like, there was a couple times where she was like, oh, how's the class going? I'm like, oh, it's okay. It's like, I'm getting ready for the final exam right now. And it's like, she like would offer, or like she would run to the manager and stuff, and she would offer to buy me a box of the cookies because she knew how much I loved them and stuff. And so, yeah, that's one reason I'm going to be doing an episode on why we need to lift the minimum wage. And it's like, people who run these services, it's like, you don't realize how big of hearts they have, and also the services they provide for us. And it's like, because it's like, for a lot of us, even running our own business or doing our own thing, it's like, we need to get our coffee from somewhere, but we need to trust them, like, we rely on them. They're emptying out the trash, they're cooking, they're preparing, and they're doing so many things for us. But then, yeah, a certain demographic and party does not want to lift the minimum wage, but then they don't want billionaires to pay their fair in taxes. So, yes, tangent, but like I always say, my YouTube channel is as messy as my life. So, okay, I'm done with McDonald's, but I just had to throw that out there. But if you have not tried the cookies, it's like, check it out. Check to see if at your location they have them. They are so delicious. Okay, Burger King. Yes, like, I'm kind of more of a Burger King girl, but he said McDonald's, so I had to start with McDonald's. But Whopper Jr. with cheese, Fanta, any flavor, but oh my, because yeah, strawberry, grape, and orange. It's like, I love orange soda, but like Fanta grape just has like this extra sweetness to it. It's so good. And then mozzarella sticks. Oh, like with honey mustard. Oh my gosh, so great. But yeah, they have this one sauce they always try to throw. I think feisty or some. It's like it. I don't like it, but whenever it's like, I tried, like, can I get the honey mustard? And it's like, sometimes they give me attitude when I try to ask for a sauce that's not the one that is their generic. Like, I don't know. I don't like it, but yeah, if I can get the honey mustard sauce with it, I'm a happy camper. But it's like, what would you guys get at Burger King? Or have you tried the mozzarella sticks and or like Fanta? It's like, I know most people have had Fanta, but I know some people who they've never had it and they're strictly just Pepsi or Coca-Cola. So I'm just curious. Taco Bell. Yes, like, I haven't. I've only had it like twice over the last 4 or 5 years because, yeah, I'm the only one in my family that will eat it. But Chalupa Supreme Value Box, yes, that would be my perfect, like, item right there. And then drink is questionable because, yeah, I'm going to be talking about Mountain Dew and Skittles and a Little Debbie cakes and a few other companies that put a certain food coloring in their items that can cause certain health risk, really dangerous, awful. Yeah. So I'm going to be talking about that in a later chapter. So, yeah, because I used to get like Baja Blast like every time, but then while I've been doing a lot of research on the chemicals that Aldi does not allow in their grocery stores and why, I ran into, I want to say it's color number 4 or 7 or something like that, but look it up. I'm going to be covering it on my channel, but if you want to look it up and see why, but like this is one reason why Mountain Dew, Skittles, Little Debbie cakes, and other products are not allowed in other countries is because of this food coloring. So, but yeah, I'm gonna have to choose a different drink now, which is kind of a bummer, but if it's for my health, it's worth it. So, okay. Wendy's Dave's combo with honey mustard. And oh my gosh, I have to get the strawberry lemonade because at first I was like, I don't know about the, but then I realized no, they have their strawberry lemonade is amazing. It's delicious. And they have a couple other flavors too. But yeah, it's like, I think it's the Southern Belle in me. It's like, because even at home, like with 4th of July and even like certain holidays, if red is one of the traditional, because oh, Valentine's Day too, I make homemade strawberry lemonade for the family and stuff to sip on, like for dinner, especially for dinner, but throughout the a couple days as well. So, but yeah, it's Dave's combo, which is kind of basic, but I don't even care. It's my taste buds. And okay, so I had to do some from Metro Detroit. Happy's Pizza is one of my favorites. I yeah, it's like, but but with their menu, it depends on my mood because I love their seafood and their pizza. It's like I don't know, it's just one of those perfect snacks. It like perfect for I want to say Netflix and chill, but yeah, especially like if it's gonna be a date, these men are gonna literally think dot dot dot, and I'm just like, yeah. Do you know how many times guys are like, oh, you wanna watch a movie, and then we start watching the movie, and they're like, oh, you actually want to watch the movie? Oh, bow our heads and close our eyes. Common sense has been despised. Oh my god. Like, so, I don't know. It's just, oh. But yeah, it's like the pizza or the seafood. But then they have a really good dessert menu too. It's like the cheesecake is pretty good. And like, I don't know. It's just, yeah, it's like those are my options. And I didn't even really look at the drinks and stuff either. But as long as I have this, even if I have to go by a 7-Eleven and grab a drink or whatever, I'll be happy. So, okay. Had to pick something from Culver's because, like, yeah, their Culver's Deluxe or Mushroom and Swiss Bon Appetit is delicious. It's amazing. And then also, you have to get the cheese curds. And with the cheese curds, that's kind of like a little snack where it's like, because, yeah, Culver's may be a little bit more expensive than traditional fast food. But with the cheese curds, since it's a date, you can order one and split it with one of, like, I mean, that means you don't get as many or whatever, but it's like at least it's a way where you're sharing. Like usually when you're able to share a food, that kind of helps with the emotional bonding, but like because it shows you could be empathetic in a way at least, or at least a little bit. So but uh, also, okay, if you're not going to go for a meal at Culver's, they have great desserts too, and they change seasonally, sometimes weekly or whatever. So it's like I would like Culver's is probably one of my best thoughts on a first like date type of thing because I mean, the seats aren't all that comfortable if you're gonna sit there for a long time. Like maybe that's what they probably did that on purpose, but that's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. But um but yeah, it's like I think they have booths too. Maybe the booths are better. But anyways, those are those are just some of my thoughts and opinions with that answer because, again, I would go out on a first date to a fast food. It's like a lot of men try to call me stuck up, snotty, and things like that. And you know what? Yes, I created dating standards November of 2022. That is a lot more difficult to pass from my earlier years because I didn't think I was worth anything. When I think it was started my sophomore, junior year in high school, was when my mother started telling me, as long as you walk like that, no one's ever going to want you, love you, or marry you. And so I was literally dating the bottom of the barrel. I was trying to prove her wrong. I was just looking for, okay, you're a single man. You're a single man. Oh nope. It's like you said you're single, but you're married, and she just called you. So yeah, run and ran to everything, but also met men who literally told me is like they wanted to make sure that they find a woman that's they can have control over. So that's one reason why I feel like some people tell me they were intimidated, but I don't think they were intimidated by my education and my goals. I think they just I think they knew they were going to lose the power struggle because I think they like with my goals, with my travel plans, because I have a list of places I want to go. I think they wanted to make sure that they would either allow me or tell me I can't, or tell me when I'm allowed to go, or tell me they have to go with me. And no, it's like when I finished my second master's, yeah, because my second master's is at Florida Tech Institution, and I remember I was I was trying to save. I was doing promotional modeling and I was saving money, and I was to go to graduation and for my cap and gown. But I remember when my mother said the only way you can go there is if we go there too. But it wasn't for a good reason. She said, if I let you go down there by yourself, you're probably gonna come back pregnant. And this is because of a couple of our cousins or a couple family members who I guess did the same thing, but she automatically thought I was going to turn out like them, even though I just finished my second master's. I just wanted to celebrate. I just wanted to be able to go, but now you're going to entrap me. And so while dating, men just kept wanting to, like, I keep running into situations where people keep wanting to entrap me or tell me what I can and cannot do. And so that's one reason why going on dates to fast food places, sometimes I can see those triggers more clearly. Sometimes I'm able to see through them or crack that mask because I don't have the ambiance of the entertainment and the beautiful scenery and the really cute outfits and things like that. I still remember I went on a date with a guy named Muhammad about a year and a half ago, and we went to the park. We literally just went and sat at the park and talked and chilled for about 2 or 3 hours. And it was a fun day, or it was funny too, because things kept happening. But we literally sat and talked that entire time. And well, and even at the end of that date, while he was stuck on the expressway to go back to Dearborn or whatever, he texted me that he thinks he met his wife. And that shocked me because that was our first date and everything. But then, yeah, let's just say he showed his true colors like a week later and things. But that's the kind of date I prefer because they saw the real me. I There was nothing to show off. There was no ambiance. I show who I am. I show the person that you're gonna see on a daily basis. And a lot of a lot of people's friends and family, once they hear I have a disability, once they hear I'm black, once they hear just There's a, yeah, those are the main things. Or once they hear that I have 3 degrees, because yeah, I literally had a guy call me back after he said that I was the best woman he's ever met in his life. His father told him, "You better not date a woman with 3 degrees out. Are you crazy? It's like she's gonna be trying to control that house, and she's gonna try to control you." But okay, I'm on a tangent, but I'm working on my novel. It will be out soon. It will be out soon. And also, yeah, because I know in one of my last videos, my name was literally in the messages, and one of my friends texted me, "Oh my gosh, your name's right there," and I was just like, "Yeah." But my name's on my children's books and it's going to be on my novels and everything. I want people to know that I have a YouTube channel and my books and my podcast and my greeting cards. It's like I want, if my name's not on anything, they wouldn't know how to look for me and find me. I don't go under a pen name because I want people to know that someone with a disability, someone that is black, a woman is doing this, because everyone has told me that I won't be able to, I can't be able to, I better not be able to. But, anyways, this is the Handicapable Black Woman. I am a woman, I am of color, and I am handicapable. But most importantly, I am human, and you're human too. And a burger sounds really, really good right now. Take care. Bye.